Hi and welcome. My name's Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to go ahead and look at the idea of print titles within Microsoft Excel, and we'll look at how you can use them in order to better organize your document or your Excel file when printing. So with that, let's get started. If you want to follow along, go ahead and download exercise file 12.04. All right, so in the last video, we went ahead and discussed the idea of headers and footers, and we ended with something like having a logo and a copyright. So in this video, we wanted to go ahead and look at the idea of printing your document and then the specific function of Microsoft Excel called print titles. So in order to discuss this, let's go to the print in the file menu. We would go print, and this is kind of what our page would currently look like. So the first page, as we zoom in, I'm using Control and my scroll arrow to zoom in. First page would have what's considered titles. So we have these titles, and then if we go to page 2, there's no titles, no titles, no titles, no titles. So if say that I'm working with the data, maybe I know that this is employee ID, this is the person's full name, family name, first name, hire date, salary, so on and so forth. But for someone who's not intimately familiar with the data, it could be really useful to have labels or titles. So if you wanted to do that, there are a couple different ways to achieve this result. The first would be to go to page layout, and the second thing we'll do is called page titles. So once you have this selected, you would go ahead and have a different series of choices, but on the sheet tab, you're going to want to go to print titles, and then you can either have your rows repeat at top or your columns repeat at left. In this case, I think it would be useful to have my rows repeat at top. So you would make that selection. You can just click row 1. And then when you're done with that, you'd say, okay, we can go to File, Print. And now when we scroll down through our pages, page 1 has titles, page 2 has titles, or page 3, page 4, and page 5. So that can be a really, really useful feature in Microsoft Excel. And the way that you would get there is by going to print titles, and you would input something here. So essentially, $1 is just Microsoft Excel's kind of fancy way of saying include everything on row 1. If you wanted to remove print titles, you would go ahead and delete that section. You'd hit OK, and then once you're there, you can go Control P. Control P would bring up print preview. You have those titles on the first page, but not on the second, third, fourth, or fifth pages. So that, in a nutshell, is the idea of print titles. In our next video, we'll go ahead and look at the idea of defining a specific print area within Microsoft Excel and how and why you might want to do that. So join us for that in the next video, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.